Hey everyone, this video is going to go over the homework in the Week 2 module. So when you clicked on the tab right above this video, you saw that there were a few reminders. Once again, make sure you go through all of the material presented in the module before you try to do the homework. It'll be much more difficult to try to wing it than it would be to just go through the PowerPoints and listen to those videos, even if you're listening to them while you're doing something else. Then try doing the homework. Go through the homework in the order that it's listed because we build off of skills in each assignment. Except the discussion, you can do the discussion at any point. So for Week 2, there were 4 items listed in the Week 2 Homework Assignments tab. The first one is to read chapters 2 and 3. Once again, do not read them super carefully. We're not highlighting, we're not taking notes, we're just flipping through, reminding ourselves of what was covered in the PowerPoints in the Week 2 module, okay? Then we have Week 2 Assignment 1, Working with Claims, right? So that was the first lesson that we had this week. It's all about claims. So for Week 2 Assignment 1, you are going to need to read the essay, A Community of Cars by Ryan Brown, and that is on pages 21 to 24 of the textbook. Once you have read the essay, there are a series of questions to answer. So question number 1 is actually broken down into several parts. It says, categorize the following claims from Brown's essay as fact, value, or policy. And then there are 5 claims listed, 5 claims taken directly from that essay. All you have to do is categorize them as fact, value, or policy, right? And that PowerPoint on claims goes through what each type of claim is and how you can tell which type you're looking at. So figure out which of the 3, these 5 claims, which category they fall under. And then question number 2 is just in a brief passage, state Brown's main claim or his thesis and identify his main supporting claims or his main points. It should just be like a paragraph or so. Right? Just what is his main claim, what's his thesis statement, and what are his supporting points? What are his main points, in other words, right? If you have any difficulty with this, again, first make sure you've gone through the material in the Week 2 module. Otherwise, reach out to me and I will give you some clarification or help you out however I can, okay? It's going to be a Word document, by the way, and you're going to upload it and submit it. The next homework assignment for Week 2 is Week 2 Assignment 2, Working with Proofs and Fallacies. So those were the other 2 PowerPoints in the Week 2 module. There was one on support and proofs and one on fallacies. So this assignment is based off of the information presented in those PowerPoints. So part 1 is all about proofs. So I give you a word bank of different types of proofs that can be used to support an argument. And then there are 9 claims. The idea is each claim uses a different type of proof to support it. There are 9 claims. There are 9 words in the word bank. Each one is used once and only once, okay? So you've got ethos and pathos in the word bank. So ethos is all about character, pathos is all about emotion, right? And then we also talked about logos, which is logic. But logic has a lot of different kinds of proofs that can be used within it. And we looked at in the PowerPoint at SICDATs, right? The acronym for the different types of logical proofs you can use. Sign, induction, cause, deduction, analogy, definition, and statistics. So one of these 9 statements is going to be using ethos as its support. One is going to be using pathos, and all the rest are going to be using one of those different types of logical proofs, okay? Part 2 is all about fallacies, right? It's same kind of idea here. I have a word bank, and then we have a list of statements. And the idea is to match up which logical fallacy is being used in each statement. And again, we've got 12 types of fallacies and 12 statements. Each type of fallacy is used once and only once, okay? If you're unsure about these types of fallacies, again, go back to the PowerPoint in the Week 2 module. But if you're still struggling after that, reach out to me and let me know. It is in a Word document that you'll complete it and you'll upload it and submit it. And then the final item for Week 2, the Week 2 homework, is the Week 2 discussion. And this is where I'm so excited about these discussions for this class. They're a little different. You're going to be analyzing, or not analyzing, I don't want to make it seem so formal, but you're going to be examining and answering questions about different visuals and like speeches or texts in these discussions. So for this Week 2 discussion, you're going to be looking at some sort of ad or visual here. We've got a father and a son sitting at a table with this big, ginormous phone separating them, okay? So examine the issue, or examine the visual, and then just pay attention to what it makes you think, how it makes you feel, what ideas it kind of brings up in your mind. And then you're going to answer 7 questions. First, what is the issue being presented in that argument? Because it is an argument, it's a visual argument. How would you state the claim or thesis that's being communicated here? If you had to put it in your own words, one sentence, what is this visual trying to say? The arguer, the person who created it, what is their claim? Who do you think is the intended audience? Do you detect any assumptions in the argument? Does the arguer assume anything about us as the audience based on what's presented? Things that they assume we're going to care about, how they assume we're going to feel, how they assume what values they assume we hold, right? What do they assume about us? What reasons and evidence are given to support the position that's presented in the visual? What types of proofs are being used? Is there any ethos, pathos, logic, logos? If there's any logos, can you detect specifically what kind of logic is being used? One of those sick dads. So what can you see being used to support the claim that the visual is making? What makes the argument interesting and or effective? Or weak? Maybe you think it fails. You can say that. But explain why, right? And then, do you have any additional comments or questions about the argument, right? Don't forget, your first post should be Thursday night by 11:59 p.m. And then you need to respond to 2 classmates by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Remember, the discussion closes for good Sunday at 11:59 p.m. and I am not allowed to reopen it. So even if you don't make the Thursday deadline, please make sure that you make the Sunday deadline for all 3 posts, okay? If you have any questions about what I'm asking of you, please let me know. This is the first of these things that we're doing, the first type of discussion like this. So if you're a little unsure, that's fine. Reach out to me and I'll clear it up for you. But don't make it harder than it has to be. I will say that right away. But by all means, let me know if you have any questions about what you're supposed to do. If you have any technical difficulties with the discussion or with any of the other assignments, please let me know right away so we can get that worked out before deadlines have come and gone, okay? If you have any difficulty, any questions about any of the homework for week 2, please let me know. Otherwise, I am so excited to see what you guys come up with, especially for this week 2 discussion. I'm so excited about it, and I hope you guys have some fun with it.